Hey guys, Kino DBT here, and I'm bringing you a replay between Liquid TLO and I have no idea. Anyway, I intended to do some more pro level replay, and this is it. It's a TVP on Metalopolis, and let's get it going. And it seems to be amazingly long. I hope I have enough hard drive space to cover this. Now, given that this is my first pro-ish replay, I apologize for anything I miss, but I intend not to miss anything. Now, right off the bat, I've been thinking about it, and it's actually pretty hard to do a cheese build now as Terran, because you have to wait at least, well, you have to put down a supply depot before you can actually put down your barracks, which means that in Zerg terms, you can't really do a 6 build, so you couldn't lay down a barracks at 6 and do a really early marine. Now, Hasu, I'm just calling him Hasu. Hasu is scouting in the standard scouting position and stopping there. And the Liquid TLO, I'm just going to call him TLO, is putting down a supply depot to block off his mineral line to, if not stop, at least slow down harassment. This would stop the possibility of anyone placing down, say, with a warp prism, a couple of zealots, and they then couldn't get into the mineral line, at least immediately. Placing down barracks at 13, going for that more economic side of things, with 4 workers on gas. I wonder if you would rectify that, or if that's intentional. But some good early harassment here to stop the barracks from going down, which is very good. And TheLittleOne responded by pulling 2 workers off the line and swapping out the worker that was being attacked, which is a very good way to deal with it. I do find it quite interesting that he put down 4 workers at the refinery, but regardless. In Hasu's base, we see a gateway which probably went down at 13 or 14 is my guess. They've both gone for 1 gas, which does tend to, on the pro level, point towards more 1 base play or early expo play, because this allows you to get a good, strong economic advantage. And early game, let's be honest, you don't need that much gas, but you need plenty of minerals. TheLittleOne getting his Orbital Command Center at 16, very standard, and Hasu going for a Gateway Cyber, and now he's either going to put down some tech, so a Twilight Fortress, another Gateway, or a Robo Bay at this point, or an expansion. He may go Stargate, sorry, on top of that. But we'll see what happens. Generally, my build currently as Protoss is to go 1 gateway, 1 cyber, gateway robo. This allows for a good timing attack early. Liquid TLO going for the first stage of a 1-1 or a Destiny Cloudfist, although he has placed down another barracks and doesn't have another gas. He doesn't have another... What am I saying? Another, he's put down a barracks, which means he probably can't put down a supply depot immediately. Now, yep, here it goes, the second gateway, which does imply. Now, I would probably go, whoa, no idea what I actually did there. This would probably imply a Robo Bay or more gateways, because a Stargate requires far more gas and would limit him only to... Aha! This is quite interesting. So we've got both a Stalker and a Hellion. Sorry, a Reaper and a Hellion, and all Hasu has to deal with this is a Stalker. He does have a Warp Gate, which will mean another Stalker on the way, but we see 9 kills on that 9 kills on that Hellion and 1 kill on that Reaper, which is very good play. Ooh, I'm sorry, I completely missed that start, but it happens. And while you've got a 1-1-1-1, okay, so the little one going for an interesting version of, as Husky puts it, the Destiny Cloud Fist, but still a version nonetheless. Now, this stalker placement is very good. It actually means that no more Reapers can come on, and if any forces do come on, they will get a few shots in and take some damage. Now, a Viking coming in, and a Hellion, which is interesting. The Hellion just grabbing the tower. I wonder if you could see there. He may have been able to. But I think these three stalkers are just going to send this Hellion a go away message, and it's received it. So, currently we are looking at production lines. Nada. Interesting. Personally, if I was Hasu after that attack, I would have taken all of my workers off gas and taken them to minerals, because he really needs to catch up the income-wise. Because he still is quite a long way behind. He's about 10 workers behind, and given the fact that Terran has mules on top of that, it's giving him an advantage. Although, that is a stupidly large amount of workers. It's not totally unnecessary, but some of them are being wasted, which suggests to me that the little one will probably be putting down an expansion sometime soon, and then popping it over there. Now this one Hellion left here strategically just to sense when Hasu pushes out. Hasu is still just trying to recover from the economic damage of that early push, which was very well timed, very well done. Trying to do a little bit with a couple of Phoenixes, but little one's not going to have any of that because he's got 7 Marines and a Viking, and 8 Marines now. Now I'm surprised he hasn't actually put down a... oh, he's just nubbing too many workers on... Because how many workers does he have? He's got at least 5, but well, I guess the amount of workers he's got, it doesn't really matter, does it? So, anyway, back to what he's doing. So he's got the bunker, which will allow him... Basically, there's no way, with what Protoss has at the moment, being 6 stalkers, for him to push up into his base. If they had Blink, he could probably go around, get some workers, and Blink back down. But with a siege tank, which will have siege momentarily, a good amount of Marines, which don't have stim packs, surprisingly, and a Viking, I don't think it's going to happen. There is now very little chance of any Phoenix harassment actually happening, and because of all the missile turrets which have been placed down. Ooh, that's interesting. A fusion core being placed down and sniping that one siege tank just before it... Actually, Siege hadn't done researching, so I'm surprised it wasn't Siege. But the little one putting down a fusion core which suggests some kind of battle cruiser play, which is quite interesting because in a laddering 1v1 you would hardly ever see a battle cruiser, and it's not something you especially see on the pro scene anyway. That's some impressive ABM there, back to production. Now, as we can see, the little one still has the massive advantage over Hasu because he has way more production buildings, a bigger... I'll learn these hotkeys eventually. Actually, the armies are about the same size. Hold on, what are you looking at? That's a fair amount of stalkers there. So he has more Marines and a siege tank, which... 2 siege tanks. So those Marines would probably be able to chew through those stalkers, but you never know. Now, with his own personal style, he has... Oh, that's good blink macro there. Those 2 stalkers that would blink back were low on shield. Anyway, with his own personal style, he has morphed it into command center and then put it down. Now, some people argue that when it's there, it collects minerals, therefore you shouldn't do it that way. But as far as I'm concerned, 6 for one, half a dozen of the other, and he's sacrificed that bunker to get that precious 100 minerals back, which in laddering matches doesn't really make that much difference. But this is pro level play here, so it's gonna happen. Now, if we go back to the production tab, we can see the charge is on the way. And interesting enough, this replay is actually quite old. It had only been uploaded, I don't actually remember when it was uploaded to the website I used, but it's fairly old because it's not in the old version where the new pictures are and you can see how far along the productions are. Now, we do have the Moto cannon coming along, which will allow the TheLittleOne to focus fire certain things. They do now have blink, which means that he will be able to get up into space, and a battle cruiser coming out in about 30 seconds. Now, Hasu has laid down his expansion in a non-conventional position, but he does have Mac controls to allow him to do this. He is now pulling down 2 more gateways and Templar archives. He may even get Dark Combines. Storm is on the way, which, to be honest, is going to chew through those Marines. One word play Storm and bye-bye, because a Storm can actually kill unshielded Marines. Now, I don't actually know how Storm reacts to armor, because I'm not sure if it deals like 5 damage every second of blue, or just deals 80 damage with a dots on it. But this is a very frightening terrain force coming out right now. It doesn't actually have stim, which I'm surprised at. But given the Marines are slower than Stalkers, it's not actually going to do that much. Although with that tank, the TheLittleOne is having none of this harassment by Hasu. Now, I have never heard of this person, which probably suggests he's playing on someone else's account, but I can't prove that, don't know it, no idea. Stim is coming down, and the TheLittleOne did scan, I believe, to see this. Yes, he did see the Templar archives, pardon me. And as so the army's getting quite big now. You're looking at 113 supply and 88 supply, so it's getting quite intense. Income-wise, they're about even. They're both sitting on 2 bases, which are both fairly well I'm completely blanking on saturated. There we go. Sorry, a bit tired at the moment. Just got back from England, still a bit jet lagged. Moving on. Now, Liquid, I'll just call him TLO, is sitting in his base with a fairly frightening force. Given a one-on-one confrontation, I'm not actually sure who would win. With a few